Alright, what can I record today? Oh. The comments section has achieved corporeal form and is currently floating in my office. Good, that's exactly what I was hoping would happen today. What's going on, everyone? My name's Patterrz, and welcome to the best Pokemon game you've never played. Today, we're going to be watching and reacting to a video from Jaiden Animations, newly released, and I'm super excited for this because not only are Jaiden's videos absolutely fantastic, but this one is about Pokemon Ranger, and Pokemon Ranger just needs more love in this world. There is not enough Pokemon Ranger love. I seriously think that, but we're not gonna waste any more time. Before we get into this, thank you to Jaiden for giving me permission to make this video, and make sure that you subscribe to her. The link will be in the description to her channel. She makes fantastic videos. Now that that is out of the way, let's dive into it, shall we?
I just played one of the best Pokemon games ever, and I'm here to tell you all about it. I'm a huge Pokemon fan. Ruby was one of the first video games I remember owning, and I've decided to devote the rest of my life and soul to the franchise. And
So basically what I do with these videos, I like to pause a lot. I love the Ho-Oh just like flying in the background. My first Pokemon game was blue. Actually, I'm wearing a blue shirt. I'm wearing a blue Subnoodle shirt today. So it fits. It fits. Let me know what your first Pokemon game was in the comment section, because there is such like a massive range. It's like every person has, well, obviously every person has a different game. Every game was someone's first. Like even Pokepoc 2. Even like Pokemon Troze. Is that what it's called? Even Magikarp Jump is someone's first Pokemon game. It's ridiculous, but yes. Let me know what your first one was in the comment section.
by that, I mean, I'll play the new games when they come out. Do I have to like them? No. Frankly, I think the past few recent ones have been kind of garbage. But that won't stop me.
Oh, some hot takes there. Not a fan of the new games. I pretty much classify them as, they're kind of like all the same to me, honestly.
From getting my hopes up thinking the next game will be different, even though deep down, we all know it won't be. But Pokemon does have a few side games you might have heard of, like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, or Pokemon Stadium, or that weird geometric one. But there's one franchise that I feel like doesn't get talked about nearly as much as it deserves, and that's Pokemon Ranger. I had the original Pokemon Ranger game as a kid, and I remember two things about it. I liked it, and circles. Lots of circles.
So many circles. That's basically the gameplay of the game. Is you do this a lot. That's it. You just so many circles.
The flashbacks are beginning. When I remembered Pokemon Ranger existed, I decided to look it up and see if it was worth possibly making a video on, and that's when I realized there were actually 3 Pokemon Ranger games. Pokemon Ranger, Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia, and Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs. Bit of a Pokemon Ranger mouthful, but I digress. I was looking at some forums of people discussing which one they thought was the best, and the Shadows of Almia one seemed to be high on a lot of people's lists.
The Darkrai one! Yes! We've done it, mate! We're the best Ranger game! Well, I mean, to be fair, you're not really my mascot anymore, so I don't know if I can claim any of that. You've done it, mate! Congratulations!
So I bought the game. Now sit down and get comfy, because I just played this game for the first time, and I'm here to tell you about why it's the best game ever. The game starts off with your character taking the entrance exam to a Pokemon Ranger school, and it only took me 2 attempts to draw 5 consecutive circles around this barely moving Pikachu. You're dang right, that's impressive. I guess that's all it takes, because—
Well done, you can draw a circle, that's impressive.
Now I'm officially a member of this secret army for this inscrutable team school plotting to rule the world. Oh, he's just kidding.
Wait.
Yeah, it's a normal school. I'm introduced to my class, and for some reason they've been, like, starved for new human contact or something, because they're bombarding the teacher with questions. Are they a boy or a girl? Which is it? Is she cute? So I'm introducing myself, and apparently the teacher catches—
Is she cute? So like the teacher's gonna be like, yeah, this 12-year-old is really, I don't feel like I should go down this route.
You're going to get arrested.
Kid looking at me with a big grin. Anyway, you go sit next to Keith. Oh,
that's
okay,
uncomfortable.
Just plop me right next to him. Yeah, I don't mind or anything. Thanks, teach. Anyway, you get a tour of the school from this girl with me, meeting the other teacher, Mr. Kinsaid, who's apparently a stickler for making sure kids don't run in the hall, and this kid, Isaac, that Rhythmy called Mushroom Hair. Both my IQ and my height in centimeters are 163.
Damn, that's smart, bro. You got so much IQ. I don't know how high that is. I think my height is like 185, so he's a little bit shorter than me. Wait a minute, how old are these kids? That's only a little bit shorter than me, so I feel like they're probably like 15, 16, right? They gotta be.
All right, bud. After getting a feel for the school, you're taught how to capture Pokemon with your styler. Loops portray the feeling of friendship, so the more loops you draw around the Pokemon, the more it will submit to your friendship.
Is that what they tell you in the game? The more circles you have around a Pokemon, the more friendship points you get. Like, Is this really how animals work? I don't think it is. If I go to a dog and I just like run loops around it, it would probably love that actually. Most dogs would love it if you went to a dog and started running circles around them. They'd be super down with it.
That's nice. Touch the bidoof. You finish the school day and are fast asleep in the dorms when all the students decide it's initiation time. Get up, sleepyhead. It's 4 a.m. Time for your student initiation.
Time for your hazing. Here's a bottle of tequila. Drink it.
Yes, sirs. They tell you to find all 4 of the stylers they've hidden around the giant school, and after doing so, you have to put them in the basement for some reason. So you head down there after finding them all and are in the basement when, why are you down here? Only I'm permitted to be in the basement. Leave now!
Anyway, Isaac, have you finished testing my very secret experiment no one can know about?
The rest of the school year goes on without any big problems. Pokemon Ranger Crawford comes and talks about what it's like to be a ranger. You say
it sucks. We just stand in Hoenn all day in the rainy roots, and we just stand there until the protagonist comes along. Don't become a ranger, it's awful.
The milkman from some Bidoof. You attend a one-day internship at the local Pokemon Ranger base, and they make you bring them their lunch as an important mission. Actually, while you're at the internship, someone runs over and says the Pokemon on the beach are acting strange. You go with the Rangers to check it out to see all the Pokemon going crazy and save the day by capturing them with your loops of friendship. But yeah, that's weird. Finally, you make it to graduation. Jaiden, come up and make a speech as the class representative.
Wait a minute, but I'm a silent protagonist. I can't make a speech.
Oh, I'm the class representative, huh? Well, don't mind if I...
Oh,
so after saving everyone from a very strange rampage of Tangrowth, you start working at the Pokemon Ranger base you interned at. There's a call about some more Pokemon acting strange down in a nearby cave, so your first mission is to investigate what's going on. In the cave, you stumble upon this weird missile-looking machine that's...
There's just a straight-up nuke chilling there. Like, how did this nuclear weapon get here, I wonder?
Seems to be what's hypnotizing the Pokemon in its vicinity and making them go crazy. So you destroy it and everyone's proud of you. This Professor Hastings guy is called down from the Pokemon Union to take a look at the cave machine, and I guess he's like 100 years old or something because the Rangers want you to go meet him halfway in Puel Town to make sure he doesn't get lost and die along the way. You take one step in town, and oh god, all the Pokemon are going nuts.
Why does this keep happening? Who keeps putting nuclear bombs everywhere? Damn it, America, was this you again?
Turns out there's more of those rocket machines planted in the town, and as you're going around smashing them, you run into some guys that are not only very shady, but also terribly shifty. They run away to tell their leaders there's Pokemon Rangers smashing their stuff. And further into the town, you find them again with their admin, who's like, dude, what the heck? What do you have against our Giga Remos, you vandals?
Oh yeah, a Giga Remo. We all know those, right? We all know Giga Remos, don't we?
Treat things with respect. And then attacks me with Rattata and a Toxicroak. Not gonna lie, their battle music kind of bangs though.
Okay. Okay. That's not bad. This reminds me of like Team Yell. This would be great for Team Yell.
Turns out they're part of this gang called Team Dim Sum, and after capturing their
Team Dim Sum? I haven't had a dim sum in a while though. You got me craving them now. I haven't had breakfast yet.
Pokemon with friendship loops, they decide to retreat. We're able to find Professor Hastings and bring him back to the base to analyze what we now know are Giga Remo machines. He finds a tiny black crystal in the center that seems to be the thing that allows Team Dim Sum
to it's the Chaos Emeralds. Oh no.
Control the Pokemon. The base considers this a problem, which is reasonable. And now the Pokemon Union starts getting involved, which is like the big head honcho of Pokemon Ranger bases where all the Ranger prodigies are. The story continues as the Union tries to uncover more about what Dim Sum is up to, and you keep interrupting their plans. You catch him trying to drill a tunnel in the side of a mountain. You catch him having a secret base and cargo ship in the middle of a volcano, which Mr. Kincaid is found to be part of Dim Sum.
He was evil the whole time? Traitorous was a traitor the entire time?
Surprise, didn't see that one coming. You haven't been running in the ship's hallways, have you? You catch them mining hundreds of dark crystal shards in an abandoned mine. That one was
that's a lot of Chaos Emeralds we got there. Shadow would absolutely cream himself if he saw that.
A problem because apparently there was the mother of all shadow crystals. They are powerful enough to power this incredible machine they're in the middle of developing that they plan on using to control all the Pokemon within a 500-mile radius they got their grubby hands on and helicoptered away to their headquarters. Probably should tell someone about that. But the good thing is we ended up finding the diary of the Dim Sum president's father, who writes about how if we gather these 3 gems called the Tears of Princes, the gems will be able to combine their power and negate the power of the Shadow Crystal.
That's the story of this game. I'm sorry. It's been a while since I played the Ranger games. I totally forgot. This story is like off the walls. Also, that water crystal looks like Misty's badge. What is going on with this plot?
All right, let's go do that. The first gem is told to be in this giant ice castle called Alima Castle. And on the way there, you run into dim sun grunts trying to stop you. They're not hard to deal with, and they start getting a bit frustrated.
Why do we suck so bad?
I want to pay you with a snowball.
Whoa!
You make it to the castle after swimming through a bunch of ocean boulders and whirlpools that totally didn't slow me down at all, and end up at the castle where Dim Sun is already running around in trying to get the gem first. These guys are blocked from going any further because this giant chunk of ice is in front of the door, and the grunts are like, man, that's a big hunk of ice. If we made snow cones out of it, we'd be able to feed like 403 people.
403 is a very specific number. It's like if you're number 404, you're like, hey, I came late to the party. It's like, sorry, mate, you don't get a snow cone. We only had enough for 403 specifically.
And then they see me standing there and are all, hey, that outfit. What are they called again? Pokemon Ranger? You came for a snow cone? You deal with that whole situation and end up in the room just before where the gem is being kept, where you're introduced to one of the members of Team Dim Sun's Sinistrio, Ice. I don't know what his deal is, but he called me Jaiden Noob and then dabbed, so I had to murder him.
Wait, this game was ahead of its time. He's dabbing on the haters, apparently. Also, there's a Sinistrio. Of course there is.
I captured and freed his Frostlass, and he scurried away all, well, I didn't need the gem anyway. After gaining the trust of the Lucario guarding the gem with more of my loops, the blue gem of the Tier of Princes is mine. Fast forward a bit, and you get the red gem as well after defeating Sinistrio Lavana and her Infernape. She doesn't dab, but she does do this sexy little dance. The guy from school, Keith, who's a ranger now, was assigned to get the yellow gem and hasn't come back yet, so the Union...
Because if you're not the protagonist, you're completely ineffective. Remember when they sent Barry? They're like, hey, Barry, can you go and take care of that one lake for us? Just one lake? And Barry's like, yeah, I got this, and gets immediately absolutely smashed by Juniper or whatever her name is.
It's like, all right, Jaiden, go check on him. You hop on a boat to the destination, but whoops, apparently a Wailord is in trouble. I'll just go down there and see. Yep, I thought so. These Dim Sun grunts are trying to kidnap a Wailord, and after destroying the machines that were trapping it, they decide to just grab a Wailmer instead and try to convince their boss it's a Wailord mini. You follow them on the rescued Wailord and start infiltrating their base. Down a hall, you discover the grunts squishing the Wailmer through the door, and as you follow them into the room, they're like, oh crap, shoot, do you want to deal with the ranger? Oh no, I'm too wimpy. I know. Let's apologize. Sorry. We got the Rangers' confidence. Charge! And then drop a truckload of Slackoth on me. After capturing all their Slackoth, they're like, oh no! And then all of them just grab me and shove me out of the room and lock it.
That's actually a pretty good plan. It's like, well, it didn't work, so just, there's a lot of us, let's just push her out.
Come on, guys, I beat you in a Pokemon battle. Open the door. I beat you in a Pokemon battle, guys. Come on.
Honestly, is more effective than like 99% of all video game villains. So you keep running through the base and end up actually finding mushroom-haired Isaac from Ranger School. He's been manipulated into building Dim Sun's incredible machine, and we agree to take him back to the Union after we finish up our business in the secret hideout. We finally encounter Mr. Kinsaid, who's manning the Wailord operation. He's being all maniacal, but we successfully capture his Gliscor, save Wailmer, and bring Isaac safely back to the Union, where he gives us access to the incredible machine blueprints. Skipping ahead in the story a bit, we end up not being able to get the yellow gem because Heath, the last of the Sinistrio, kidnapped Keith, and we exchanged him.
Heath kidnapped Keith? Oh, jeez.
For the yellow gem. I kept trying to say no, but I guess it's good we saved him. The Union makes a plan to have their top rangers go and fly to Dim Sun's headquarters and face them head on. Jaiden, you can just sit in the corner and do nothing. But right as they leave to do that, the Sinistrio busts through the Union walls and are like, ha ha ha, we'll be taking this, and steal back Isaac because they need him to complete the incredible machine by midnight so they can activate the Shadow Crystal. Isaac complied because they threatened to kill his sister or something.
Fair enough, mate. If someone threatened to kill my sister that is non-existent, I probably could rate their big dim sums or whatever it is.
So new plan, now I have to get Isaac back and basically destroy the machines that were protecting their building / incredible machine. Because, oops, I didn't mention this before, but they turned their entire building headquarters into the incredible machine. What We basically just waltz right through the front doors of the headquarters. Heh, that'll
Nice.
stop people from entering. What? How did you get in here? And battle our way up to Isaac, who's like,
Just wanted a Mars bar, mate.
You're a bit too late. I totally just completed the entire machine and they're about to use it to hypnotize all the Pokemon in the region and like,
Damn it, Mushroom Head, what's wrong with you? This is why we don't trust Mushroom Heads. What has Toad ever done for us? What has, whatever his name ever done for us? Was it Isaac or something?
5 minutes. Well, at least your sister's not dead. So you run to the top, defeating the Sinistrio
Also, my
every floor
sister's
of the
dead.
way, and grab the last Tears of Prince's gem. And you get to the top where you meet the Dim Sun President Blake Hall for the first time, and he's like, "You're too late. It's time for darkness. Get her, Dusknoir." And then I capture it immediately.
Why is Dusknoir always the villain? Like, spoiler alert for Mystery Dungeon games, but Dusknoir's the villain in that one. Like, the big bad guy in this game has a Dusknoir. I think Dusknoir could be a nice guy. Why does he always have to be the bad
And
one?
he's like, just kidding. Get her, Darkrai. And then
Darkrai!
Darkrai just starts dipping me into darkness, and Keith has to come save me on his Staraptor. So Darkrai's
nice,
like,
Keith.
well, then
Good
I'm
play.
gonna just dip these guys into the darkness.
Is that the Joker? Seriously, what's going on with that guy in the background there? This is a guy that's not mentioned. He's just like sitting there like, "Ugh," in the background. What is he doing?
And throws Blake and his assistant into the void.
Oh, well, and he's dead.
But I decide to capture and free Darkrai anyway with the help of the Tears of Princes and save the day. Yay, woohoo! I'm a hero. Time to take a nap. Now,
Nice.
Pokemon Ranger is a big game. It took me about 24 full hours to get through the game, so I had to leave out a lot, and I mean a lot, of other points in the story. There's even a bunch of side quests that are actually pretty entertaining and funny you can complete that help power up your styler. There's one where this guy
like
says he
that.
researches smells and wants me to bring him the stench of a muck. So you do it, and he's like, yes.
Delicious.
And puts it in a jar. Then later on in the game, he pops up again, and this time asks for a Weezing and a Skuntank, to which he's like, yes, and puts them in jars. Then he's
Delicious.
like, thanks, dude, and you never see him again. The dialogue
pieces
is
out.
absolutely amazing. This game has probably the best writing out of any Pokemon game I know of. Team Dim Sun is obviously the star of the show, and whenever they come on screen, you know they're gonna have something funny to say. At one point, while I was trying to get into their secret base in the volcano, I captured the Pokemon they were controlling, and they're like, time to make our escape, and set off dynamite, which exploded a giant boulder and blocked the entrance to the base, which they're like, shoot, we were supposed to detonate it after we go in. So they had to wait for me to go get a Pokemon that can destroy the rock. And they're like, thanks, Ranger. We'll be grateful for this for about a second. And they run through the door. So
At
you
least they
follow
were
them,
grateful.
And they come back like, hey, we forgot about you helping us. Take this, and drop a bunch of Numel on me. Also, all of the music that plays when they're around is awesome. I was jamming out whenever I was running around their base. It's a bummer this game isn't super popular. I know it's got a small cult following, but it definitely deserves to be more well-known, and I really consider it one of the top Pokemon games out there, just on writing alone. It's not a hard game, but I mean, Pokemon isn't meant to be a difficult game series anymore. I can see
Hey
some
man,
people...
when I was a kid, okay, I struggled a bit on the Ranger games when I was really young and didn't have hand-eye coordination and didn't have hands yet because, you know, you gotta grow
Getting a
them
bit
first.
tired of the capture system since it doesn't change much throughout the game. But honestly, again, I think the story and dialogue far make up for the semi-repetitive capture and battle system. Now, I know I kind of just talked about the entire plot, but if you're curious about playing it yourself, there's so much
Yes.
I left out, and there's still a lot to discover about the game, so I highly recommend it. I'm being honest when I say I didn't even cover a third of what happens in the game, and there were a lot of funny moments I really wanted to talk about that I just didn't have room for in the script. I'm just trying to convince you to play the game yourself at this point because I think it's just that funny of a game, but I'll stop. But here's all my stats after
Absolutely.
completing the game. It took me about 24 hours to complete it. I captured 734 Pokemon and ran away from
Nice.
106. I think that's a pretty good ratio. And look, I drew a total of 9,077 loops. With that amount of practice,
That's
I've
so
become
loops.
a master at drawing circles now.
Jesus. I mean,
Thanks
listen,
for watching the
absolutely perfect circles there. Seriously, if you have not played the Pokemon Ranger games, I would highly recommend that you do give them a go. There's still Pokemon Ranger and Guardians of Signs, I believe that she didn't talk about as well. So there's other games that you can play with new stories. She is right when they say that the story in the game seems like it has a lot more effort put into it than the normal Pokemon stories. Look at Sword and Shield's story compared to that. Like, it's basically non-existent. In the mainline games, they don't seem to have writers, but in this game, you have like side quests, you have like entertaining characters, you have all this going on. So absolutely, I would recommend that you give it a go. This video was fantastic. Like, I mean, Jaiden always gets the comedy like bang on. I cannot encourage you enough to go and subscribe to her channel because all of her videos are amazing, and the animation style, it just has like a certain personality about it that makes it really enjoyable to watch. But if you have not already, go and do that. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more from me and Subnoodle, of course. Me and Subnoodle always hanging around here. I do stream every single day on Twitch. I post on Twitter and Instagram too. But yeah, go and play the Pokemon Ranger games, go and play the Mystery Dungeon games, play Colosseum, play XD Gale of Darkness, because this Pokemon spin-off games, if you haven't played the spin-off games, have a lot to show. They really do. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much to our Twitch subs and YouTube members of the day. Remember, if you are a YouTube member or a Twitch subscriber, that both gives you access to the sub Discord, and I appreciate you supporting the channel. Thank you so much, guys.